Plaintiff Keiara Lambert says she let her boyfriend take her car for a job away from home, and he crashed it after he fell asleep at the wheel. She's suing for $3,200. Defendant Brandon Hunt claims he crashed because he was so sleepy, thanks to the plaintiff keeping him on the phone for hours just to make sure he wasn't cheating on her. He's countersuing for $5,000 in lost wages.
You are a lovely couple with a little child?
Yes.
And how old is your child?
8 months.
Congratulations to both of you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
But there seems to be a little trouble, huh?
Put you on
Because,
the monitor, Judge.
oh, wow.
Good-looking kid.
Yeah. Okay, but what's going on here is, Keiara, you are suing the father of your child, Brandon, for $3,200, which you say is the cost of your 2010 Chevy Malibu.
He believes that he don't have to pay me for it. And just because we're in a relationship, I'm not letting it slide.
Okay.
For the most part, that car was precious to me. I went through my whole pregnancy with that car.
So it's your car?
Yes.
The title of the car is in your name?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And when it came time for me to have my baby, I needed that car.
Yeah.
And it was out of commission because
I gave you another car, though, so.
he wrecked it in Wyoming. He took a job in Wyoming while I was at home pregnant.
Where do you live?
I live in Ohio. So
Oh,
he
you-
went all the way to Wyoming to pick up a job when he could have found a job in Ohio, just like anybody else. He decided to drive my car to Wyoming and it never came back. Long story
Okay,
short.
he asked you if he could borrow your car.
Yes, we actually swapped cars, to be honest. He gave me his Durango, and his Durango was perfectly fine when he came home.
When you said you traded cars, the car was still in your name?
The car's still in my name. It's in a junkyard in Wyoming.
Okay.
It never came back. He said that he got into an accident. He fell asleep behind the wheel.
You fell asleep?
Yes. But I feel it's because of her is why I fell asleep.
What did happen? What do you mean you fell asleep because of her?
Pretty much when I took the job,
You
it
ain't
was a
fall
traveling.
asleep 'cause
Okay,
of
wait,
me.
now he's talking. Okay.
When I took the job, it was a traveling job. Every week I was in a different state doing
Yeah.
traveling merchandising. And pretty much the moment I left, I was being accused of cheating all the time. Never cheated on her. So it was like, I guess it was her hormones or whatever. Never cheated. So I'm on the phone with her
Lie.
7-8 hours
That
throughout
was
the day.
not
I
just
got
because of my
proof.
hormones, no.
I worked all day,
Yes.
and I'm on the phone with her all throughout the night, pretty much. And it's like I have evidence,
How
as you
long
can
are
see.
these phone calls? Yeah.
7
No.
hours, 5 hours. I have, as you can see, an
Whatever.
exhibit.
We was on
Okay.
we
All
was
right, I
on,
just want to see this, but
we was on the
Literally.
phone. We was on the
5
phone.
hours, 6 hours, 7 hours.
We was on the phone, but
But I
that
could
don't
have died, though.
that
She
don't
got me
change
here.
the fact that he
You
was
got me
doing
here,
whatever he
suing
was
me
doing
over a
on
car,
his
and I
spare
could have died,
time.
bro.
okay.
And I still was at home taking care of business, so he's still responsible for my car. I need to hear what's going on.
Nothing at all.
He in Wyoming, I'm in Ohio. I need to hear what's going on. I need to
7
hear
hours,
what's
though?
going on.
7 hours.
He texted me back late. We got a problem.
7 hours?
He called me. I called him. He don't answer. We got another problem. I want to know
See
what's
what I gotta
going
deal
on
with?
when I'm not around.
So you don't trust him?
I don't trust him,
But I
and he
haven't
gave
given
me
a
reason
reason
not to trust him before he even left.
And what
We
reason
was
was that?
shaky before he left and went to Wyoming.
I could have died, though. But you got me, you suing me over a car, and I could have lost my life.
But you called me 5 seconds after the accident, so you wasn't dead.
But you weren't worried about
nowhere
me.
near
You was
dead.
worried about your car.
You wasn't nowhere near.
Oh, my God.
You didn't even go to the hospital afterward. You went straight to he went straight to the airport.
Tell me about the accident.
So I was driving from Wyoming on my way to Denver, Colorado for my next assignment, and tired. On the phone with her all day and all night. I had an 18-hour
stop you
drive.
from sleeping.
Hang on, you're interrupting.
I had an 18-hour drive. I was tired. I was trying to make it to my next rest stop. All I know is I started dozing off, and when I woke up, I was running into the back of a semi-truck.
You understand, I mean, you're an adult. I'm not saying that 7 hours isn't a long phone call or 5
He
hours.
chose that job.
Man,
Did I just say?
I'm sorry.
I understand why you're tired, but you're a grown-up. At some point, you have to say, we have to end the call right now because I have to get some sleep. I'm going to be driving on the road, and it's not safe for me to get tired. There's no crime in her calling you. You are the one that has the power to say, I can't talk right now because it's dangerous if I do.
Jared, you don't live with this woman. You don't see what I go
That
through
is
on a daily
true.
basis.
I don't live with
And you
Let
ain't
the
gonna live
record
with me.
show we don't live together.
But I ain't stop him from sleeping. He could have went to sleep
I mean,
whenever
I-
he felt like sleeping.
My thing is, I was trying to prove to her that I wasn't doing any cheating. And if it took 7 hours to be on the phone with her, I mean, that's what I did.
No, seriously. Okay, joking aside.
Okay.
Why in the world do you keep someone on the phone for 7 hours?
Because she's crazy.
Well, okay, at the time, I was probably I was going through it. I was pregnant. I was going through my pregnancy, and he wasn't there. He'd rather be across the country when you could be at a job right here.
So now there's a different issue. Now, and that is understandable. She's going through a pregnancy.
Right.
All of a sudden, the father of her baby is suddenly taking a job that takes you halfway across the country, and she feels abandoned because she's got to deal with all this. And if the only way she can vent or feel that you're still involved in this is on a phone, then that's going to happen. That's, you know, when you get a woman pregnant,
You deal with the consequences.
you're involved whether you want to be or not. And she felt abandoned, and you were away.
Okay, so I'm a new father. This is my firstborn, you know, all that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure when you had your first child, you wanted to do any and everything you could to make sure, you know, you could provide for your family, which
Yep.
that's what I thought that I was
Yep.
doing. You know, yeah, we have jobs that I could have took locally, but they wasn't paying enough. The job that I took away, it provided
Well,
our
take
whole...
2 jobs.
It provided, okay, then that's more time away from home still.
How often are you home on this job?
I came home probably every other weekend.
You was gone
Yeah.
for like 3 months.
Every other weekend, like I'm off on weekends.
But
so
he
if
don't know until it was time.
Every
Okay.
other weekend I get off. I'm off.
All right, but you should realize, you're entitled to make that decision, but you should realize if you're going to be telling your pregnant girlfriend, she's having your child, I could be gone several months at a time other than once in a while coming in for a weekend, of course she's going to be upset. Now, that doesn't mean who has to pay for the car. But let's take a look at pictures of the accident. And there's obviously damage there. And then you junked the car.
Well, I had to junk
Right,
the car.
and then
Okay.
even
I didn't have the title on hand with me, so I
I
had
got
to
the
junk
title.
She has the
Right.
title, so I had to junk the car. They charged me $150 for the tow and $160 pretty much for him to junk the car because I didn't have the title with me.
Yeah.
So I was still out of pocket $310 for that. I had to pay $300 for a cab to drive me 2 hours
And I'm out
to
of
the
a
nearest
car.
to Greyhound station to get to Denver. Then I had to fly from Denver all the way to Cleveland, Ohio. So it's like at the end of the day, I could lost my life. I had to spend so much money just to get home, and you want to sue me over a car.
That wasn't
and
my
you had a car
fault.
at the house, though. I understand it wasn't your
I'm
fault.
in
It was
Ohio.
your
I
fault.
didn't make you hit
Actually,
nobody's car, and I ain't stop you from going to sleep.
Actually, you did stop me from going to sleep.
You could have turned the phone off.
And then I would have had another problem with you. Turn the phone off, and then I got to come home to you nagging at me, who you been cheating on me with, yada, yada, yada. Nobody want to hear that, man.
Okay, and then there's the countersuit, and you're suing her for $5,000 for lost wages because you quit what job?
The traveling job.
Oh, so this job you no longer...
No, because it was either keep working the job and lose my family, or
You had to come home to this baby anyway. And that's just period point
this
blank.
job was
Okay,
paying
but
for...
he's quitting the job to save this relationship.
Yeah. And even if he left today, I
Ungrateful.
still won't have no car.
Ungrateful.
If he leave today, my son still got to get to the doctor.
How
I
do we
still
get
got to
there?
get to the doctor.
How do we get there?
I got to get to the
How
grocery
do we
store.
get there?
I still got stuff to do. If he decides to up and leave today, I still got stuff to do with or without him.
But I'm there with the kids, because I'm not working right now, so regardless.
Are you giving her your car?
She has my car.
No.
Yeah, but I mean,
is it in my name? No.
It's not officially in her name,
He
but
drive it everywhere he need to go.
and so do she.
But you did crash her car. I mean, you know, we can't make her pay for the car that you crashed.
I mean, if I could have got sleep from her instead of
I
bugging me,
understand, but again,
I crashed it.
you do have to pay her. For the countersuit, I'm not trying to be mean to you, but you need to make that decision. You can either decide to keep your job or not keep your job, but you can't blame her for leaving the job.
If she throw an ultimatum, either the job or your family, like,
People do that, couples do that all the time. A decision has to be made.
Okay.
I'm not saying you made the wrong decision, but I'm saying whatever decision you make, that's your decision, and that's the consequence. So I dismiss the countersuit, and I find for the plaintiff and her suit in the sum of $3,200.
Thank you.
she need to change her attitude, her trust issues that she have with me, and understand that all I'm trying to do is provide for our family.
I really love him. I love the father of him. He take care of our kids to the most. I wouldn't change him for the world.
Thanks for watching. Now please approach the bench. The way I look at it, you have 2 options here. Option A, watch more Judge Jerry. Option B, watch more Jerry Springer. The choice is yours. Now get out of my courtroom. You have more clips to watch. And don't forget to subscribe.